Hey, y'all, it is Ron. We are not in the Y'all 106 studios. We're in the conference room. We thought it'd be a little more comfortable and cozy today to sit back with William Lee Golden of the Oak Ridge Boys and have a conversation in comfort and style in the conference room. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, man. I got up early. I like getting up early when I'm home.
It's raining, kind of gives you that little feel of fall.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You kind of feel it, and I've noticed the hummingbirds. I didn't see any this morning, so
Yeah.
it's changing of the seasons.
It's nice. It's a little cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, and you brought me your book, which is pretty cool. This has been out for a couple years now. You were
Yeah.
saying that you wrote it during the pandemic.
I did.
So let's talk about the book a little bit. Behind the Beard.
Yeah,
That's a great name. And it's so fitting, right? It's
yeah,
perfect.
it is,
Yeah.
man.
So how did this all come about?
Scott England, he's a friend of mine, and he and his wife and daughter, and he's a recent grandfather. So, but he's a longtime friend and supporter. He's out of Illinois originally. Grew up there. He was in television when we met. You know, he was a TV host and also a writer and producer for television there for a while, long time actually. And then he moved to Nashville to work with RFD TV. And but I'd known Scott for a while, and after he had moved to Nashville with RFD TV, he wrote some books for some other country music people here. And he had asked me 3 or 4 times about wanting to help me write a book, you know, about my life story. And so I never seemed to have time. The Oak Ridge Boys were touring 150 days a year at that time, and I just didn't have time, it seemed like, and I was trying to do some stuff with my family, and but I didn't have time to do all of that I wanted to. But anyhow, it was during the pandemic that Scott run into one of my sons at the post office, and he was there with a van full of books that he was mailing out.
Yeah.
And he told Chris, he said, man, he said, I've been wanting to write a book with your daddy, but said he seemed to never have time, and he said, I'd still like to do that. And so he said, if you'd call him and tell him, you know, that I'm still interested in doing that. And so Chris called me, and I called Scott back, and I said, hey, man, I'm down at the farm. Come on down, see where it all started for me, and show you where I grew up, man. My sister still lives across the road, and I was there at the old home place where I grew up.
Great place to write a book.
Yeah, and but that's where it started for me, and I brought him down there where it started. He talked with my sister and different people that knew me, and I told him, I said, you can talk to anyone that knows me, man. Let's get their side of the story. And
Wanted to be fair. Wanted
yeah,
to be fair.
I
Absolutely.
said, you know, it's me looking at life through my eyes. You know, different people get a different view of what's going on. He talked to all the Oak Ridge Boys. He talked to our manager and some of my friends, and talked to 2 of my wives.
Got to get their side of the story.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's a chapter in there called "Trying to Love 2 Women." I sang a song about that Sonny Throckmorton wrote back in the '80s, I guess, or late '70s sometimes, and. But it was a time in my life that was kind of my life story anyway, and anyhow, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I can't wait to read it in the book. Hopefully it's all there.
Okay.
That's awesome. So the Oaks are busy. There's a big Christmas tour coming up.
Yeah, we're doing several Christmas shows this
Yeah.
year, and we kind of and some new guys that here we've joined up with the Oak Ridge Boys. We got a whole new generation of young singers that's out helping us right now, and some great players out there. So it's last year was a fun year. It was also a changing of Christmas tours for the Oak Ridge Boys. We lost our longtime singer Joe Bonzo last year, and so getting past that, you know, there was a young kid that come into the Oak Ridge Boys, Ben James, and he come to us and asked us, said, man, if you guys, I'd like to help you out. Joe's struggling here. And then Joe called him as soon as he couldn't go, and we had some dates booked there. And so Ben said, well, I can do it, man. And so we did a show without even a rehearsal with the kid, man.
Oh, wow.
He never missed a lick, never missed a note, and it was incredible. Tony Brown heard him sing, and Tony's produced more hit records in country music than any other producer in the history of country music, over 100 in Billboard magazine. But Tony is going in the Hall of Fame now. But when he heard Ben James sing, he walked up to him after hearing him sing, said, man, I just want to tell you, you've got that high, lonesome sound like I've never heard before except one guy in the last 35 years. He said, you're a brand new generation with a Vince Gill voice.
Yeah.
So,
oh, there's a compliment. Yeah,
pretty high
awesome.
compliment from anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the history of the Oak Ridge Boys, too, going all the way back to 1943, the Georgia Clodhoppers, and the band has changed through the years, changed its name, changed, musicians, changed singers, but the history just continues on and on and on, and new guys keep stepping up. These young guys keep coming in to help.
Yeah, well, none of us started the group.
Right.
There was, but the ones that were together there was 4 of us together for 50 years.
And that's the band that everyone remembers.
That's the group everyone knows.
Yes.
It was going before any of us ever started.
Yeah.
And we basically, someone handed us the baton, each one of us, and we carrying the torch for the position that we're singing and playing. And so it's something that was passed down to us. We replaced a great singer, each one of us, man. And but again, I feel like when we get too old or whatever to do this, that I feel like that we should pass the torch to a brand new generation to keep. We're the only 4-part harmony group in country music right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Statler Brothers retired a few years ago, and but the Oak Ridge Boys are the only guys that's actually had hit records in country music, that's actually out there still touring and playing and singing.
41 million sold hit records.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And you've set that bar pretty high, too, because of the ACM Awards, the CMA Awards, the Grammy Awards, the Country Music Hall of Fame, the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. That's quite a run.
It is. And but you wake up every day, you've got to prove that you're as good as you were yesterday and try to get growth at some point. I mean, we continue to grow in life. I found that out. Heck, I'm 86 years old now, and I still learn things every day, man.
You learned you could write a book.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you guys are playing, I mean, you're basically from live in Hendersonville, basically. And you're getting to play Pig Fest. It's like a hometown show.
We're going to be on the Pig Fest. We've never played it before, but we live there, We're normally out on the road on the weekends, but somehow we set aside. We had this date open coming up here on the 23rd, I guess, or 24th. Yeah. There's 24th. A 3-day festival. Yeah. We're there on the Friday night. Then the big barbecue competitions on the Saturday, but it'll be the Oak Ridge Boys and Exile and Blankenship, this guy there in Hendersonville. So it'll be our first time to play in Hendersonville in a long time.
That's cool. That's cool that you get to play the hometown show. And if people haven't seen an Oak Ridge Boys show, what are they going to hear? What's it going to be like?
Well, man, we've had a few country hit records.
Just a couple.
And but we'll be doing a lot of those songs, the Y'all Come Back Saloon, Trying to Love Two Women.
Yeah.
Thank God for Kids, Leaving Louisiana in the Broad Daylight. That's a song we did back on the Dukes of Hazzard show. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Oh, yeah.
We did a performance on there because we had got stopped going through Hazard County speeding, and so we had to sing on the Dukes of Hazzard to get out of there.
Oh, that's great.
With the boss man, and anyhow, that was a fun experience too. But we'll be doing all those songs, and recently we've been kind of expanding. We always kind of put a gospel song in every show because that's where we come from, and it's kind of paying homage to our roots, and we also love singing gospel music.
Yeah.
And we've expanded that to about 4 gospel songs instead of just 1 or 2. And again, we're featuring these young guys that are coming in here to help us, and they are stepping up and really showing what talent they have on some of those songs too. Richard, our bass singer, has been struggling with some health issues recently, and so he's had to be home. And we've had a couple of other young bass singers out with us, and some that Ben James has sang with. Like I say, Ben's in his 20s, and I got grandkids older than him. And these young bass singers, too, are incredible, man. They're coming out and helping us. And it's guys that Richard has looked up to their young talents, too. And so it's been fun to us this year with Dwayne and I. We've been together for 60 years now. Yeah. Dwayne, he joined a year after I joined the Oak Ridge Boys, and he's been a backbone and a force in our group that's helped. He works hard finding new songs, working with record people, promoters, not promoters, but the producers, record producers that we work with. Dave Cobb, who is the hottest record producer in Nashville today, he produces Chris Stapleton and some of the hot young acts now. He's produced the last 5 albums that the Oak Ridge Boys have done. We met him when we did a backup session for Shooter Jennings back some 14, 15 years ago, I guess. But then after that, we got Dave to do an album with us. And he's still doing an album. We did an album last year, and with Ben James singing with us. It's his first album with us. It's called Mama's Boys. And then we're doing another album coming up. We're recording here next in November. For the first week in November, we're going in with Dave Cobb and them again. So
I was going to ask that, because obviously at the Pigfest show you're gonna do the hits, you're gonna do the gospel. Will some of this new music be out there too? Will you try that out in the crowd, or are we still a little bit farther away from that?
Well, we're doing a song off of this last album we did last year with Ben James.
Okay.
There's a song on there called "Come On Home" that Aaron Rettier and David Lee Murphy wrote together.
Okay. Yeah.
Dave Cobb had commissioned them to write a song for the Oak Ridge Boys' new album, and he wanted us to do a whole album about mamas, songs about our mothers, and so he wanted the album to be titled "Mama's Boys," the Oak Ridge Boys, Mama's Boys, and so we did that, man. And there was one song on there that got more streams when it was first released than anything else. We put together a video of that song, "Come On Home," and it just won a Telly Award for a music video. And it's featuring our young kid, Ben James, as a boy leaving home and going off on the road to make it. And, then he calls his mama back, and she's saying, "Come on home if you're tired and weary. Front door's always open and the lights are always on. Come on home." But yeah, it's a real up-tempo, good. It's a great feeling song. It's one song that I get to sing lead on the thing, and but it's out on the video now. And I would invite you. You can, I guess, ask your Lexi or some of those people that you can talk to on the phone to play it for you. But it's Oak Ridge Boys, "Come On Home," and boom, it'll play for you.
Cool. Well, I know Andy came in and joined us. Andy, you want to sit on the couch and join us a little bit?
Sure.
Because we can talk Pigfest. This is awesome.
How are you, sir?
Andy,
Good to see you.
good to see you too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're talking Pigfest. It's pigfesttn.com for tickets, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about, we've talked music, Exile, the Oak Ridge Boys, lots of great entertainment, but there's a lot of food, there's pickleball, there's something for everyone, right?
There is something for everybody. We have Jeff Jarrett's wrestling on Thursday night.
I saw that, yes.
Jeff's like the Oak Ridge Boys. He's lived in Hendersonville his whole life and not gotten to perform there in a long, long time. So to have him on Thursday and the Oaks on Friday, and then Saturday is a free-for-all. Anything you want to do, you can come eat, drink, and be merry on Saturday.
How did this whole event get started?
Pig Fest, we started in during the pandemic. Christmas for Kids is based out of Hendersonville, a nonprofit that puts the kids on the tour buses that some of these folks drive up and down the roads on. And during the pandemic, they needed help raising money because they couldn't have their usual fundraisers. So we started Pig Fest and raised them $50,000.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And 400 kids got to have Christmas. And we decided that we ought to keep doing this.
Yeah.
You know, it's a city-sponsored event, but there's over 90 community sponsors that help with this. And to have people like the Oaks, who are just the fabric of our community, pitch in this year and be able to let them play at home is a big deal for us.
Well, I know everyone's going to be super excited to get to see them play at home because, again, we just haven't had that opportunity in a while. So that's really cool. Exile will be there as well, so that's great. What is your favorite part of Pig Fest other than raising money for the kids? I know that's got to top the list.
Man, I mean, the Friday night concert is my favorite part because we try to get our hometown folks who are going on the road and try to match up a date to get them there. It's tough because Hendersonville is kind of inside the radius clause for the Ryman and for Opryland. So if they're committed to things like that, we're out, you know. But this year that worked out. Seeing all the people and all the smiles, the live pig races is fun. You know, this year is special to have the Oaks. That Tuesday of that week, we're naming a bridge in our city after them. That's a huge deal. I mean, there's going to be the Oak Ridge Boys Bridge that is right in the middle of Johnny Cash Parkway and intersects with Conway Twitty Lane by Taylor Swift Park.
That's pretty awesome, right?
It's hard to beat that.
That's cool.
But, you know, that to us, naming a bridge for these guys was the most fitting thing because as y'all have talked on this couch, their music has bridged. He mentioned people like Tony Brown to Dave Cobb.
Yeah,
that's a bridge, and they're the common thread of that. So to
Aaron
have a bridge
Ratier right
important.
now, you know, Aaron Ratier's had 2 top 10 hits this year.
Yeah, Aaron Ratier's got 2 of the biggest songs in country music just this year.
Right,
and here he is writing a song for the Oaks, and I knowing Aaron, I know he's proud of that.
Yeah, that's just so awesome. It's neat to have this community. Everybody thinks Nashville when they think country. Almost you have to think Hendersonville when you think country anymore.
Well, Hendersonville, you know, we used to, and still to us, we're the home of the stars.
Yeah, I agree.
The Oaks, to their credit, Johnny Cash used to always do this in interviews and on the stage. Somebody would say, "Well, you're from Nashville," and he'd say, "No, I'm from Hendersonville." Yeah. And the Oaks have always said that. Their show, I can remember listening and hearing Joe introduce the band and saying, "We're from Hendersonville, Tennessee," and they've been proud of that. And for goodness sakes, Mr. William Lee here lives in probably the oldest house in the state of Tennessee. That's a iconic piece of property in Hendersonville. So there's nothing more Hendersonville than having the Oak Ridge Boys play a hometown show on a Friday night at Pig Fest.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So again, tickets are at pigfesttn.com.
Yes, sir.
3-day event, wrestling, pigs, barbecue, and the Oaks.
How can it get any better?
That's a great weekend combination right there.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in.
It's going to be the big cook-off now.
The cook-off. Are you going to stay around and eat a little of that barbecue? Yeah,
I can't wait to get that barbecue, man. I love good barbecue.
And there's going to be how many teams over? It's over 50 teams, right?
We have 50 teams from literally all over the Southeast coming in and competing. Our friend Peg Leg Porker is going to be there with his wife's team. I don't think he's going to compete. You know, he's a professional. So this is for amateurs. We got everybody that's competed in Memphis in May, all the way to the Jack Daniels barbecue competition. To some people, this is their first competition, and it's fun and it sure is good food.
Oh, it's awesome. It's going to be a great time. Y'all 106.7 is going to be out there on Friday for the show. I can't wait to be out there.
Yeah, I'm going to try to slip away and get back over there on Saturday, too.
Get a little barbecue.
Because it's the biggest barbecue in Middle Tennessee. So the biggest competition in Middle Tennessee.
That's awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate
Thanks to these guys.
I appreciate you guys coming in, talking Pig Fest with us. This is awesome.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.